Okay, so looking at this swing, the first thing I noticed was that it seems like you took 5 steps. So the first one's really small. We'll check that one out. So you pass, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Um, Again, that was the first thing I noticed. And for me, in order to kind of be the same every time, is that I have this line in my head that I would guess by looking at this court right now would be about like that. So it goes, kind of like a, let me redraw that, kind of like a 10-foot line, but it goes maybe a little closer. Not too sure actually, but I have a line in my head that no matter where I pass from, I want to get to that line and then start my approach. Because for instance, if I start my approach here and then, a couple plays later I start my approach here and then maybe I get served really deep and I start my approach back here, those are all going to be very different approaches. So that white line is, about where I think my line is. That actually maybe looks a little bit too close to the net for me. Um, but I have this line in my head that I know ideally I want to hit 2 or 3 feet off the net. If I actually take most of the time take a 3-step approach, which I'm not sure if I suggest that. I think 4 is good. So I want you to try to come up with this line in your head that basically no matter where you pass from, you get to that line and then you start your approach. Because if, for example, one time you start your approach from where that red line is, and then the next time you do the yellow, and then one time you do the white, and then the next time you do the green, those are all going to be different approaches, right? So, and how you get to that line is basically you pass and you like do shuffle steps or like little steps and then kind of reset for your approach so that your approach is the same every time. The only thing that would differ is, if you want to contact the ball out here on the pin, you'll obviously line yourself up laterally for that. But if you want to contact it a little bit more inside, you would line yourself up laterally uh, for that as well. And it's just you move along that white line that I drew. Okay, so I think that'll help your approach be as close to the same every time as it possibly can. And then once you start doing that, you'll figure out, oh, maybe my mental line needs to be 2 feet back from where I've been doing it, or a little bit forward. You'll be able to kind of self-gauge there. Let's see. The only other really thing that I want to point out here is I know the camera's moving, but you I'll just play it. You broad jump a little bit, and I know you mentioned that you've been hitting deep into the court a lot, and maybe you want to give yourself the option to hit down. I think that this could be a factor of that. So let's watch. I know the camera's moving a little bit, but I think this jump here, you land maybe 4 feet closer to the net than when you took off. Maybe not 4, but 3. Let's watch it one more time. All right, so a little bit of a broad jump there, not too bad, but I know you had mentioned that you'd like to have the option to hit down sometimes instead of just deep, and I think that could be a contributing factor.
Rolling.
Rolling. Quiet on the set. Top Gun Mandeville. Take 1.
Swing 2. I got that on video.
when we analyze that video, you'll say, I don't know why he didn't hit that clean set.
I don't know why Grant's not a Chippendale fan.
How do you think I paid for my second round of college?
Did you get the swing on or not?
Yep. That's my job, right?
You know how it happened. Just because they're men doesn't mean that money isn't green. Ah. Good point. All right, last two. Let's get two good ones.
Never been making.
Good. All right, move on.
Let's see, let's see.